One. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Windy City Rant with your host Benjamin Saxton and Michael Flores. You can find us at SIA Windy City Rant, pretty much wherever you look us up on social media. Make sure you're following us on YouTube, though. That's where you're going to find this video. It's just Windy City Rant, and of course, everywhere else you listen to podcasts. And
Spotify, Apple, everywhere, man.
all of them, every single one. But Thanksgiving weekend, how was your Thanksgiving, man?
It was very good. I think it was the first time the wife and I fully cooked everything, being out
Nice.
here. We got to spend the time with our uncle. It was just us three, but we still didn't want to it was way more food than three people needed. That's usually how Thanksgiving goes, but
Of course.
we wanted to attempt to make everything. So it was really my first go at a turkey. I thought it was pretty good. The cutting it, I mangled it, but that's fine.
Oh,
And
you let
covered
everybody
up
else
through.
just cut it. Just let everybody else cut it. That's their problem if they don't get a good piece.
Yeah, but yeah, so we did all of that, and we had the works, the green bean casserole, the cornbread, mashed potatoes, gravy. I got there's a place called Village Inn out here that's basically Baker Square out by
Oh,
you
okay.
guys in Illinois. So I got a pumpkin pie there too. I feel like I'm still missing some. Oh, and then carrots, kind of marinated in butter, and it was pretty good. So I
All right,
ate a
so
lot.
this was a controversial take by dude from the Patriots. He said mac and cheese is not a legitimate side dish for Thanksgiving and just flat out said, get that trash off my table.
I mean, I wouldn't. Growing up, I've never had mac and cheese as a Thanksgiving side. I could see it being a side for if you have a bunch of kids there or something like that, but I don't know.
Give me that mac and
I
cheese,
wouldn't. I wouldn't
baby.
just say I love mac and cheese. That wouldn't be the first thought of a side for Thanksgiving.
So to be fair, I never really had you have it as a side for Thanksgiving also. But after he said that, I don't know if I ever wanted mac and cheese so bad in my life.
Yeah, it's kind of that you can't have it, so now I want it.
Yeah. Oh,
But
give me.
But why couldn't you do? They have lots. So okay, but why couldn't you do a Thanksgiving type mac and cheese? You make mac and cheese, but then you take some of the turkey or something in there. Maybe you put a little stuffing crumb dressing on the top. I don't know. I feel like you
Yeah.
could do that.
I mean, I'm a big ham guy. I like ham. I like
Okay.
leftover ham. So I'll make grilled cheese and ham sandwiches
Oh,
for a week after Thanksgiving. And if I can,
nice.
then I'll have some tomato soup or something, I could take some of that ham and throw it in my mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's an easy transition.
Mm-hmm.
Just right. Yeah, that sounds good. Now, if you could, I would say mac and cheese by itself. No, I wouldn't say don't just serve mac and cheese. That's a pretty lazy attempt as a
Sure.
side dish. But if you were going to say, we're going to cook the ham, we're going to take a little bit, we're going to dice it up, put it in, and then do
It does sound good.
that sounds good, right? Yeah. So I would be on board for that.
Have you ever, now I'm on the topic of mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese, but have you ever gone out to on a restaurant and that's your entree is mac and cheese?
Yeah. Lobster and mac and cheese. They had it in
love me some lobster
Wakanda,
mac.
Illinois. There's a restaurant downtown there, Middleton's. It's a little Irish pub. They got really good food. They kind of mix up their menu, but they would do this lobster mac and cheese. They would kind of not fry, but kind of roast the top of it. You have the breadcrumb. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, so I do love me some lobster mac. Buffalo Wild Wings surprisingly
What?
has some really good mac and cheese. Except they'll take their chicken, throw it in there, but you can choose your sauce, and I always get the mango habanero, and oh, so good.
I would have never thought Buffalo Wild Wings and mac and cheese. Shout
So
out to
good.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Send us some mac and cheese.
Let's get this sponsorship, baby.
Well, speaking of mac and cheese, since we're on the topic, which I never thought we'd be talking about, but Kraft, we found Kraft makes a gluten-free mac and cheese. So Jackie went like a fat kid on, just saw free ice cream, and she just took it off the shelf and threw a bunch of boxes in there because
Did you
you
try
never
it?
know. I did try one bite. Usually noodles are a little bit different, but I don't know. I guess I'm spoiled, and I'm going to sound snobbish, but usually I would always make mac and cheese from scratch.
Sure.
So now that I've had Kraft again, I'm I don't know. It's okay.
So lately, what I've been doing is I'm always gonna plug this guy, hot sauce.
Oh yeah,
I've been throwing it on my mac and cheese so
It's
much.
so good. That hot sauce is so good.
I know I'm running out. I'm almost out, but
Yates
I ordered
Comedy.
some.
Not only is he a hilarious comedian, we were fortunate to see live. He also makes a killer hot sauce.
Yeah, and it's with which I didn't realize this until you told me that one day that when after we were eating at the Carolina Reaper pepper is what he used. Yeah, it's got a kick to it, but I didn't think it was that crazy spicy to have Carolina Reapers in it. It's good flavor.
I don't think it's not something like you're gonna feel like you just lost your entire like throat and tonsils, but it's got some heat. I mean, someone that doesn't like heat would not like it would be pretty hot for them. But
yeah,
if you don't mind heat at all, like it would be totally fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I am down to just under a quarter bottle, so I got to order some soon.
Yeah, I just saw a post on him. What's his tag?
I think it's Yates Comedy, to be honest.
At Yates Comedy, you can look him up. He posts some of his jokes, his where you can go to buy the hot sauce. But I think he just posted something about like how long it actually takes him to make. Like I think it's like 4 to 6 hours to make the batch, and then it's like another 2 to 3 hours of other stuff and labeling. I was like, you don't really think about that when you just here's a bottle of hot sauce. But
yeah, damn, that's nuts. So we'll have to get him on and get him to talk about that process too.
Yeah, maybe I'll try just straight the hot sauce on the YouTube channel, and we can see maybe we'll get his recommendation of what the best thing to put the hot sauce on is.
Oh, I like that.
Because you got to imagine he's just low, like it's his hot sauce. So like, one, he probably has a good amount of it just on the ready. And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna put it on a burger. I'm gonna put it on whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to ask him what's his favorite thing to put on, because I'm gonna try it. I put it on my eggs. I put it on my mac and cheese. I make soup and I put it in my soup.
Well, I could see that. I mean, chili,
I like
you want to spice it up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So Thanksgiving how was your Thanksgiving?
Good. Same as you said, tons of food, more food than we needed, but there's always leftovers, which is nice. I was making another drink all night at Thanksgiving. Was making some maple syrup margaritas. Sounds
maple syrup.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll break it down real quick. I did about a half a shot of maple syrup, and then I did 2-1-1. It was tequila, Cointreau, lemon juice. But then I rimmed the glass
look
with.
Look at you, like bartender. 2-1-1. I did this. This.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
Yeah, you can. I'm getting poshy. All right, go on.
And then I rimmed the glass with an agave syrup and salt. And then the glasses were also hickory smoked, which I am now out of wood chips and I need to buy some more.
Where is the video or the photo? I didn't see this thing.
I thought about that after I did it. I was like, I should have taken a video, but man, I was making so many, I didn't have time.
Well, you didn't have to make your 19-minute edits and your professional video. Just videotape that thing being put together.
It was so funny enough. The app that I used actually just made that video for me. I really didn't have to do anything.
Like collaged it together?
Yeah, like I just basically stopped and go'd on my video, and then I put it into that app, and the app just put it all together for me.
That is great. We just did a trip this weekend, and remind me, and I'll bring it up, but we took a few videos that would have been perfect for.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But still on the topic of Thanksgiving, we got to celebrate a game-winning field goal victory against the worst team in the league.
It should not have been that close. It should not have been that close.
Do you expect anything less?
I guess I can't be surprised anymore. Or we said this last episode, you just can't be surprised anymore. But still, man, how is it that you're going up against the Lions, who can't play right now? They don't know how to play, and they still gave you a game.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Matt Nagy chants of firings are still continuing on, which was, we didn't even talk about this, but at the his son's high school game, and they were chanting "Fire Nagy." Yeah, actually,
ouch. shout out to the team that his son was playing, because they just actually won state championship, I think.
Oh, really?
Or yesterday. Yeah, this weekend.
Is that Lake Forest?
So Cary Grove, Lake Forest is a school that he was going to. Cary Grove
Okay.
was playing Lake Forest that game,
Nice.
so they just won. That's actually out here by me. That's
Nice.
it's right by my work. So it's twice in 5 years I think they won. So not bad.
Yeah, in a small school, what is that like 5A,
6A.
6A? Yeah. But yeah, the chant fire Nagy at his son's game, and then I just
Which
got
he
an
claims
alert.
he didn't hear.
Of course, I mean that's just the easiest thing to do,
Mhm.
just tune it out. And then I got an alert today that there was a fire Nagy chant at a Blackhawks game. So I mean
Ooh.
it's continuing on.
A few days ago, it was at the Bulls game too.
Yep. It's just gonna be anywhere there's a social gathering, and it's gonna be a fire Nagy chant.
We were saying grace at Thanksgiving dinner and fire Nagy
Fire
chant.
Nagy. Fire
Pass-
Nagy. I mean, I've been
Pass the
saying
gravy.
it. Yeah, he's toast. And I've been calling for that for a long time now, but I just I got my hopes up that they were going to actually do it. They could be the worst organization ever, where they told him that he was going to be canned and then they backtracked. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the situation there is there, honestly, because I honestly don't think they said that they were going to fire him. I don't see why they would wait to let him play another game. But then
Right.
again, it is the Bears organization. They're trash. I don't understand how they run crap anyway, so whatever. But
They're the worst
Yeah.
run organization, hands down.
and there's a lot of competition in the NFL to be worst run organization, and it's amazing that the Bears are up there.
Well, I mean, Houston's up there. I mean, for obvious reasons. I mean, they still have a star
Raiders.
quarterback, right? Deshaun Watson. I don't know if he'll ever play again or if he'll be on Houston, but then I guess then you go I mean, you always have to throw the Browns in there because it's Cleveland. But
Cleveland.
yeah, the Jaguars, the Jets, the Giants, the Giants won not too long ago.
Raiders.
So, okay, is there a worse team in the NFC other than maybe the Lions?
No,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so.
Washington's pretty bad too
Yeah, Washington's got a lot of issues as well.
for a long time.
Yeah, for a very long time. It's not just anything recent. It's just a lot of things on top of everything that they're doing wrong. A lot of things are coming out too.
Yeah.
The NFL is a shit show, that's for sure. But
Yeah, it is. And then, with the Thanksgiving games too, I sat Dak Prescott because he had two guys missing on his team. I think Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. So I was like, you know what? I got my two other leagues. I got decent options. I'll play them today, Sunday. Play Cam Newton, trash. And then I played Jalen Hurts, trash. So it's I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Cowboys. They're a good team, but then they end up going on a 2-game losing streak. So, and they're still 7-4.
yeah, that's the thing. Their division sucks too, so they have the chance to be able to just have a bad couple weeks in a row. So it's like they can do it and still be safe.
Right.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Bears are currently sitting one game out of the wild card. That's how bad the NFC is right now.
That's you're not wrong, because there's 2 wild card spots.
Yeah, and I think they're one game out. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah, because the Niners, did the Niners lose or win tonight?
Niners, I believe, were winning. Yes. They ended up Niners. Yep, they beat the Vikings by 8.
That's right. Kirk Cousins overthrew a wide open guy. Yeah, so LA's at 7-4, and then you have the Eagles at 5-7. You have I don't know. You have quite a few teams above them, though. I mean, one game, but you have quite a few teams above them.
Sure.
The Eagles, the Niners, the Vikings, And then the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers all have more wins right now than the Bears. So good luck
So
with
you're
that.
saying there's a chance.
Yeah, I'm saying there's about a 0 chance that the Bears make the playoffs. They're going to lose next week. That's for sure.
Yeah, they got their one of the 2 wins I had slated for them for the rest of the year. So see how that goes.
So I saw this online, and I didn't know, like, I've seen clips of this, but I don't know where it is. But there's like an adult wiffle ball league.
Mm-hmm.
This
I see those
sound
quite a
like,
bit
where
everywhere.
was this? Like when we were in like our early 20s.
So I don't know if my brother's still a part of one, but he has been a part of a wiffle ball league for some years now in Chicago, and it seems pretty damn fun, dude. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't played wiffle ball in forever, and yeah, it seems like
but it's not the same wiffle ball as in, like, the one that we used to have, like the white ball with the slits. Like
right.
now they have those things where they can have it do like a 12-6 and then a 3-9 movement on it, and there's zero.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Eye-hand coordination on that.
Oh man, if I could find the video again, I'll have to send it to you. If I find it, I'll put it up on our Twitter or something. There's a video of this guy striking out the batter in three pitches. He only swung once, and it was only and it was never in the zone. The first one hit behind him, and it hit the bat, strike one.
I did. Yep.
He went to go drop the bat, hit it again, and then just way outside, and he's just swung and missed.
But yeah, I didn't send it to you, but there was a video that I saw today, and it was like one of the most savage, like, ways to celebrate, like, unsportsman like celebrations, but it was in the wiffle ball league. Guy throws, right, like crazy movement on the ball, like it's almost like a knuckle fastball, strike one. The guy throws it again. So you see the pitcher, you see the batter, and then you see the guy in center. And then the pitcher throws it again. Crazy movement. The guy doesn't even come close to touching it. Strike 2. It's 0-2. Then all of a sudden, the outfielders meet up in center, and they're celebrating the game-winning over before the third pitch. Like, as the pitcher is going, the batter's still swinging, and they're like hugging each other. They're high-fiving, and the guy just strikes him out. I was like, oh, that's just so cold. But
ouch.
Yeah.
This may seem like I was showboating, but I really wasn't. We had what year was this? This had to be 2016 maybe, and I was coaching Little League baseball. We ended up going undefeated that year, ended up winning the championship.
Whoop.
But one game, I had my entire outfield except for one kid misbehaving to the point where I was done. I was tired of it. This was already many games into the season already where, it's like, hey, we might go undefeated here. I sat down all my infield except for one guy. I went up to the coach and said, Coach, my kids don't deserve to play. I'm going to go with one guy in the outfield. Please don't feel like I'm doing this to show you up or anything. I do not take it easy on us. You hit it out to where nobody's at. Keep running. Do not stop running. I'll be more than happy if we lose this game. And they never hit it to the outfield the rest of the game.
Oh, no.
It made it look even worse.
Oh,
I sat my kids down because they didn't deserve to play the way they were acting, and
the
they had one outfielder out there.
Thought you were the biggest piece of shit.
Probably.
They're like, this coach, they're on this undefeated little league team is coming in and they're sitting their guys.
Yeah, I think we played 2.5 more innings, and they did not hit it to the outfield.
Was it a slaughter rule game?
So the slaughter rule didn't go into effect, but we had a decent lead.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we had maybe 5-run lead, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, might not have been the best idea on my end, but I just felt those kids didn't deserve to play, so I hope they lose this game.
Oh, that's
one.
I mean, you got to do that at some point, right? I mean, when you're in little league and kind of youth baseball or youth sports, you gotta learn some lessons.
Yeah.
And all they did was they're so good that they were handicapped and they still won.
Yeah, that was so. Lesson was there. It just may not have gone over well.
I could see you like winning the game and doing like a eastbound and down celebration after the game, knowing that you just won with one outfielder. Like, yeah, let's go.
Put a cape on right there while sitting on the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta rewatch that show. I do love that show.
Yeah. So, do you listen to? Well, did you hear the latest Two Bears One Cave podcast?
I have not. I listened to it sporadically.
So it was pretty funny. You should check it out. They're talking about Bert Kreischer's talking about a Vegas trip, and him and his buddy, he's like rolling the dice, and he's on a, I think he's either rolling the dice or his buddy's rolling the dice, and they're like on a burner. They keep rolling like 20 rolls, hitting their numbers, making all sorts of money on the craps table. And so they're having a blast. Everyone's making money. And this guy at the table that works there, like as he's throwing the dice, the guy hits him with the stick, hits his throwing hand with the stick. And then he rolls a 7 out. Everyone loses their shit. Like, that's bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can't do this. So people are trying to take their money back. The dealer's like, nope. 7 out. It was illegal.
It was an accident.
Yeah, I didn't. He's like, I didn't touch him, blah, blah, blah. So his friend's like losing his mind. Like, you hit him with this stick. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. So then immediately the dealer goes, or I gotta call him the dealer, leaves the table. And so, he's still heated. They're demanding an apology from this guy from doing it. And all of a sudden this dealer ends up like on a blackjack table. And so then the guy tracks him down. He goes up to the table. Everyone's playing. He's like, everybody up, get your money. This guy's a jinx. You're going to lose all your money. Get out of here. And so everybody took their money. They got up. The dealer leaves the table. He goes to another one. He keeps doing this. He's going table to table to table until security comes, like, sir, you can't do that. He's like, oh, the hell I'm not going to gamble anymore the rest of the night. I'm going to go and make sure that this guy doesn't deal another person or until he apologizes to me. So he's going and they're like, sir, or the woman comes over. He's like, sir, he didn't hit you with the stick. And the guy's like, yes, he did. Go check the tapes. You have the tapes. And so she comes back. She's like, sir, we checked the tapes. He didn't hit you with a stick. He's like, now you're lying to me. Now you owe me an apology. He's like, I want a manager. And so this goes on for a while. Finally, like the pit boss or whoever comes over, he goes, sir, we saw the video. You're right. Hit you with a stick. He's like, yep. He's like, I don't care. I want an apology. I'm going to keep doing this until her and him come back. Or he's fired or he comes back and apologizes. So the woman comes back and it's like, sir, I'm sorry. I didn't see the video. So you lied. And so she apologizes. He's like, okay, I accept it. The guy comes back. He's like, sir, I'm sorry. He's like, nope, don't accept it. Try again. So he has to like make him say it like 3 times. And then they finally accept the apology and go on. But listening to this, it was like, I don't know if you've been to Vegas or been to some casinos, but I mean, I've had my fair share of shitty situations too. Like the first time I ever got introduced to craps, me and my stepbrother, we went to, I think it was Potawatomi. We went up in Milwaukee. We drove there. It was great. Like we showed up with like $50. I mean, it was like 50 bucks. We played for like 4.5 hours. I ended up leaving with like over $300. Like totally first beginner luck, whatever. So then I think it was the next time we go there and somehow I get pickpocketed and I lose cash within like the first 10 to 15 minutes of us even being in the casino. So right off the bat, I'm just furious. And your current mood at that stage is like, F whoever just stole my money. This sucks. I'm already down. I haven't even played anything. And so then we went on to play. And I think I ended up losing like $80 in the first like 10 minutes. I was like, I'm only gambling with $100 tonight. And it was gone within like it took us an hour. I think it was like an hour and a half with traffic to get there. And I lost all of my money in the first like 10 to 15 minutes.
No.
And so I was furious. And then I think I took another $50 out, went to go play roulette. I put it on like red or like, yeah, we went up, we go to the roulette table. It's like all red. Like so the way the roulette table goes, you can see all the previous numbers that have gone, either red, black, whatever, or there's green, 0. There's only 1 out of all the numbers. And so it's been like all red except 1. So I'm like, all right, I'll put on black. And then all of a sudden green hits. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And the woman, Mary, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, with a big smile on her face. They're like, screw you, Mary. And
Thanks for the money.
Yeah. So I think it all in all, our gambling was like, or my gambling there was like 30 minutes, and it was a total of like a 3.5 hour drive round trip. Yeah, it was so bad. So I don't know. But on the other side, we went to Vegas, and we were playing. We went with my wife, and we went with another couple, and we went to Vegas, and we were in the Luxor Hotel. We ended up there because we were tired of just walking. So we're like, all right, let's just pull in here, whatever. We'll take a seat. We sit down at the table. Me and my buddy were like, okay, we'll just play. This guy walks up with just a stack of chips, like mounds of chips. That he previously, no, not mound. He got a mound of chips. So he drops a bunch of cash. They give him his mound of chips, and he plays this weird way where there's black 20, and he puts all his chips on black 20 or connected to black 20. So like in roulette, it's either it hits your number, or you win or lose, right? So the spin goes, he loses his money. F this, blah, blah, blah. Throws down another wad of cash, gets his chips, puts it down around the black 20, doesn't hit, swearing, he leaves, comes back with more money, drops a wad of cash. And we're talking like hundreds, that he's like just a wad of hundreds, like he's throwing down. They give to him, loses. He does this like 3 or 4 more times. So I don't know how much he had lost at the point, but it's like he had lost quite a bit of money, but he didn't look like the person that was like, this hurt him. Like he looked like he had plenty to spare, but he was just pissed that black 20 has never hit. He's like, oh goddamn day, black 20 hasn't hit all day. And so then he comes back, and then he throws an even larger amount of, because now he's chasing, right? Like, yeah, he's like, so he throws an even larger amount. And me and my buddy were like, we're trying, like, we felt bad that he kept losing, but his reaction to losing was just so funny. So we're trying not to make eye contact with him. We're like trying to, and so he lays it down. We're like, all right, man, we'll play with you. So we lay our chips on top of his, and then other people were coming, they're laying on his. So like from the table up is like, it's like to the dealer's eyes of just like people putting their thing on black 20, and it hit. Ooh. And it shut the table down for 45 minutes of them trying to pay out everybody. Wow. And that guy was just like, yeah, let's go. He was just screaming. People are coming over. It was like your prototypical, like someone hitting the jackpot of a slot machine, right? Where everyone like come. I think that guy must have won like 60 grand or something like that. Or just, I don't know how much he lost beforehand, but yeah, that was probably one of the more memorable moments in Vegas for me.
Yeah, I've never been, so I don't have any memorable moments, but I want to see something like that. I do want to see something like that.
I did learn that in the Bellagio, it was like a morning, and we're at the roulette table, and I'm like, I got my like $50 worth of chips, right, playing a little bit, and this guy walks up, and you can see like the pit boss kind of like alert. It's like, good morning, Charlie. I'm like, look over. I don't know who this guy is. He's not famous or anything. He's like, good morning, Charlie. Like, good morning. He's like, what can I get for you today? He's like, yeah, I'll just do 4 chocolate chips. I'm like, what? 4 chocolate chips? Like, I'm playing here with like my white ones and my red 5s here. What's a chocolate chip? I see the black hundreds over there. Like, I'll just take 4 chocolate chips. He's like, all right. He goes behind the pit boss, goes behind the desk, grabs a piece of paper. He signs it. I look over and it says $20,000 line of credit. Goes over, hands him 4 $5,000 chips. He grabs them like it's nothing. And he just walks away. I'm like, wow. So there are chocolate chips, and it's not the cookie.
So I want you to just go one day and just be like, hey, let me get 4 chocolate chips. And they're like, oh, okay. They give them to me like, yeah, I can't afford this anyway, but thanks.
No, they're gonna be like, I want 4 chocolate chips, and be like, okay, let me see the cash.
Yeah.
There was
Sir,
no
your
line
mom's
of
over
credit.
there. You're gonna need to go back to her. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, the ATM is over there. We only have a $5,000, like a $300 limit for you, sir. This table's closed, sir. Please move on. Move on, sir.
But you mentioning Vegas, so this is gonna be a weird transition. But you mentioning Vegas reminded me the last time you're in Vegas, or last time I know you're in Vegas, you went to go see some fighting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I actually
which
got
we've done
sent
a
up.
lot of.
Yeah. So I actually just watched a video yesterday that my buddy sent me over, and this ended up reminding me of it just because it's fighting. But I guess yesterday they created this new thing called the Triller Triad Combat. Have you heard of it?
Say it one more time.
So Triller is like, they're the ones that host all the weird fights, like the Jake Pauls and
Oh, okay. Yep.
So they had this new thing called Triad Combat. So you're in a triangle ring.
And who is this? Triller is the one that's doing this now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Triller. So you're in a triangle ring, and it's boxing and MMA rules. So your boxing gloves are also like MMA style gloves, so you can grapple. You cannot, so you can grapple, but you cannot put anybody in a lock, in a submission. You cannot use elbows. You cannot kick, but you can hammer punch. You can do a whole bunch of different things.
Okay.
So just started yesterday.
Is it a ring or is it a cage? It's a cage.
Nope, it's a ring, and it's a triangle ring.
So there's ropes.
There's ropes. Yep.
There's no grappling, so I guess you don't need anything to lean against, right?
So you can grapple. You just can't put someone in a lock afterwards. It's just you can grab on.
Oh, like, okay, so you're saying like you could do a clinch, like you can clinch to somebody.
Okay, sure, yeah, you can clinch,
but you can't take anybody down.
You can't. There's no takedowns. The only takedowns are basically knockdowns.
Okay.
All right. So
what would be the so what's different other than just the gloves?
So mainly the gloves and the ring. Those are the 2 biggest ones that I saw that were different, but they say there are some MMA rules. There's actually a video that I can send you later that explains it, because they said that it was so hard in the article to explain all the differences that they're like, here's just a video on it.
Well, so my first thought of this, right, is like, okay, if you're coming out with something different, you're obviously trying to improve on or capitalize on it. Like, so if you make the ring or the cage smaller, you're inducing more combat, you're inducing knockouts. Essentially, if you have boxers that are striking, right, with less gloves, like an MMA glove, you should see more knockouts. So there you go. But the whole triangle, I don't really understand. I think that's more of a promotional thing.
Exactly. I think it's just like, hey, check out this triangle ring. And I was like, oh, what's that triangle ring from? And then people go looking it up. I think
that would be a terrible viewing experience.
Probably.
Because you're only going to have a good view unless you're in those 3 spots. Otherwise, you have a pull right in front of everything that's happening.
Yeah, unless you're going to have to just be high up enough to be able to see it. Anything close down,
that'd
probably
be terrible.
Not too well.
All right. So let me see this video.
So I got a video for you. One of the first fighters yesterday, Frank Mir.
Oh, and make sure. So we do have listeners that listen to this on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your listening fix. So we'll have to make sure we articulate what's going on in this video.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys would be able to hear the announcers. We'll go ahead and describe to you what's happening, and we'll throw the video up for you guys too to be able to watch. But all right, Ben, I want you to take a look at this, and everybody that is watching on YouTube, take a look at this fight.
I'm very intrigued.
And the upper body.
So
Frank Mir, what is he like? 50 now?
Gets hit, and he is just dazed. Uppercut, hit twice.
Man.
Not even trying to stop it.
He's out on his feet. This one's over.
Yeah, stop it.
And the upper
looks like he's gonna die. He's gonna one more time, hits him with a
Oh.
right, and he's just dazed. Goes for an uppercut, hits him with a left hook, and he
You know what it
is
does? That
done.
corner, like, if someone like Frank Mir is rocked like that, there's no way. Like, he has to throw him. Like, he has to throw punches to get out. There's no way. Like, he can't scoot around like in a boxing ring or an octagon, right? Like, they can kind of dip. Like, once you're in that corner, it's wow.
Yeah.
He got rocked.
Yeah, and I was very, very surprised that ref did not stop that. That first one where he's just kind of standing there, he can't even put his arms up, and the ref
That's
is
not
just
even.
kinda like,
I bet you it's not even sanctioned. This isn't even a real sport.
yeah, this is the first time they've ever done anything like this. So they're probably just like, oh,
This is like backyard
what
wrestling where they would throw people through a table and like thumbtacks and.
yeah. Yeah, and I was like, oh, Frank Mir's fighting, huh? Oh, Frank Mir is not fighting.
Well, that makes me sad too, because I wonder what he's doing to like how he's doing to be in that spot where he is fighting. Right, he's 42
Right.
years old. I hope that he got paid a crap load of money.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is, because a lot of these fighters are getting paid a decent amount of money. Like the Paul brothers, they're getting paid decent to do this. They're getting paid better than UFC fighters.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, they are being paid. Okay, so fighters, MMA fighters, do not get paid that well, like
No.
at all. They're terribly paid.
Right.
Like, there's a whole nother issue. So that's good you said that. Now, the Paul brothers, they found this very niche area where they can kind of cross over YouTube and
Mhm.
people that don't give a shit about fighting and people that care about fighting to tune in and watch.
Right.
And I don't like, so I'm kind of torn on the whole thing, because I
Mhm.
like the idea, and I've said this before with us talking on a podcast, like the match. I love the match at golf, because I think what that does is it opens up the idea of having two professional athletes go one-on-one with each other. You can start
Mhm.
having, or betting on it, whatever. And then you kind of have this now with the Paul brothers, where they're kind of, he did, Nate Robinson was like one of the first fights. He knocked him out. He was a basketball player, right? So you can kind of have these two crossover, like you can have big name people get in there, but at a certain level, you know, like you still, if it's not sanctioned, if it's an exhibition, like you can still fix, like this stuff can already be predetermined
Oh, for sure.
ahead of time. And then that's where I kind of fall off, because I'm like, all right, well then how much is this legitimate and how much is this? Now, if someone gets knocked out, they get knocked out, but, or are they just taking a dive?
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that, because Jose Canseco had a fight
Oh my
several months
God.
back.
What is he,
Did you watch that one?
90?
Yeah, so was his second, I think, professional fight. And he got hit hard. He went down immediately. It was like
He's got to be
30
50
seconds.
something, right?
Yeah, he's up there. He got hit hard and he went down and he stayed down. Now everybody was like, well, you threw the fight. Well, they gave him his medical checkup afterwards. Turns out he had a torn shoulder. Now his contract basically just said he needed to get in the ring and start that fight. Once he was in, he was getting paid out. So I think he tore his shoulder during training and got in the ring.
Yeah, but see,
and
that
to
comes
collect
down
his
to
money.
what was he fighting in?
What do you mean?
What was it like? What league, or what was this?
Oh, this
the
was like
Thriller
Barstool
stuff?
something. Barstool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
fighting
once
thing.
again, this is backyard stuff where it's not sanctioned. It's not watching out for the fighters. It's not making sure you're protecting these athletes from themselves, right? So like I'm all for like, you know, this crazy
Yeah.
shit, but this is the reason why there are these sanctions and these things to make
Yeah.
it legitimate, right? Because you have these athletes that don't know when to quit, that have mental trauma that's happened, or I don't know about him, but you know, has used steroids and all the other fun
Right.
stuff. So
Yeah. Well, my point was that they ended up giving Canseco 7 figures for doing that. He still
Yeah.
walked out with $1 million paycheck like nothing happened. I
so
was like, wow.
I want to show you something, since we're on the world of fighting. I want you to be honest. No, like, I want you to be dead ass. Like, one, you're probably going to the hospital after this, but we both are. There's no, like, he probably shatter both of our ribs and his hand would go through our bodies. But how much money would you have to be legitimately paid to allow this to happen? Because neither one of us in our current shape, like you don't get to exercise to get ready for this. Okay.
All right, let's see it. Oh,
So let's do this.
I feel like it's gonna be a kick straight to the damn freaking.
No,
side.
this is a punch. It's one. Here we go. This is Thor. This is Thor. The Thor punches this dude. Oh! This dude is like, he looks like he's 7 feet tall.
How you feeling, Chad? Oh, that was good.
One more time. That blow.
So it does help that guy is a professional boxer that he hit.
Oh, no kidding. His core is ridiculous. He
yeah,
could absorb it.
Yeah, coincidentally, that guy actually just fought yesterday that he punched. He actually did have a fight yesterday, and I believe he lost. I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
Lopez. Yeah.
Yeah. But damn. Like, I don't know. What kind of money do you have to, like, if somebody was gonna say, here's 10 grand, do you do it? I think 10 grand isn't enough.
That's not enough, because right from that moment that he hits you, that impact, you're going straight to the hospital. And that's right off the top. That's like $3 grand just to like observe you. You got x-rays, you're gonna have an MRI. You have a few broken ribs. They can't do anything for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of money to get hit like that. Like I watched a video of like football players tackling.
What if he goes high? He hits you in the heart.
Oh, and just stopped your heart.
Just done. And then he has to hit you again to restart it.
And you're alive. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I'm thinking it has to be like around the $100,000. Like 50 to 100,000 would be the.
Yeah, 6 figures at least. The beginning of 6 figures to start, because I want to cry thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that.
Like Lopez brushed it off and was like, "Yeah, that hurt." Like, haha, and he just like walked off. But damn well deep down inside, he's like, "I've never been hit like that in my life."
So if you guys are listening, go to our YouTube channel, go check out the video, hit subscribe for us, check it out. You can see how big this guy is. He looked like, if he was standing, he looks like he's a 200-year-old tree just next to a child.
Yeah, the height difference, the weight difference is astounding. And he just lets him hit him. His leg, you could probably take 2 of the guy's legs that got hit, and it probably wouldn't equal one of the other dude. It's massive. But so there are some. What? It hurts to breathe. Yeah, man, you wouldn't be breathing. We'd be down on the ground for quite some time. So what we're gonna try to do is, me and Michael, we watch a lot, Michael and I should say, we watch a lot of stupid, funny stuff on the internet, and we're gonna bring it to each other because honestly, I just want to laugh more, and I think it's funny. So I have some videos that I think you'll enjoy, and I want to share them with you. One of them, just to start, to kind of tee it up, because I think we're both similar. We both really enjoy pranks. I think you've probably seen videos like this where, or I've seen pranks where, they're in a dorm room and they'll tie a string to one door and tie the same string to the other door, and they knock on the door on both doors and someone's trying to open and slamming the other one. Or there'll be a prank where they try to call somebody and then pretend to be somebody else. So I thought this was very unique, where they managed to call Domino's Pizza and another establishment, put them on speakerphone and had them start talking to one another, and it escalates very quickly. So I just want to set it up for you guys so you can hear that. But it's Papa John's and Domino's.
Hey, John, what can we get started for you today? Come again?
Wait, what? Hello?
Thank you for calling Papa John's. What can we get started for you? Would you like to try our large one-topping pizza for $7.99?
No, this is Domino's Houston.
Domino's.
Ours is it's actually $6.99. It's not Papa John's.
This is Domino's Houston. You're selling a large one-topping pizza for $6.99? Are you fucking kidding me?
And a 2-liter.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you trying to uppercut our prices? Is that what you're fucking doing? And you called us?
Wait, this is Papa John's?
Fuck you, Domino's. Your pizza tastes like fucking
Papa John's, bro.
I got fired from Domino's.
Bro.
They're not loyal to their fucking customers.
Because you couldn't make it. You're a
Pull up!
subpar
Pull up
fucking
on us
pizza
then.
salesman,
Pull
bro.
up!
That's so great. So great. I don't think they could have imagined that playing out any better.
Like, I feel like they had to have been on it, right?
You could get two people that just hate each other.
Yeah, that's true. They could have just absolutely just
He's like,
already right off the bat,
$6.99, you're undercutting our prices. That guy's worried about his job.
like, yeah. At that point, it's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck your pizza.
Yeah. The other one is a game that I thought was very interesting that I've never seen before, but you get a group of friends together and it's very simplistic.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, sorry for anybody that's listening, but how this game works is essentially you're trying to pass a ball or an object to somebody, but you can't flinch. So you can only catch the ball when it's actually thrown to you. And so if someone flinches, they're out of the game. So you're essentially trying to trick somebody, like you're going to throw it to them and then they go to catch it. Let's set it up here. I thought something like that, you get a bunch of people together, like that's definitely like a decent party game, especially if you start drinking too, and how difficult that would become.
Yeah, so and that made me think the one guy that there's one guy in the video that kind of threw the ball up and caught it again and caused someone to flinch. I wonder if that's something that, because I feel like at that point then you're kind of making it easy, right? Because you throw the ball up, and especially if you're just throwing it up, no one's gonna know who's coming. You're gonna have at least 2-3 people flinching on that, right?
Right, that's what I'm thinking. So I think that's good for some movies or some videos for right now. But yeah, so we were talking about fighting. We'll be coming out with another episode specifically designed for fights that are coming around, breaking down the cards, maybe have some special guests kind of. I've been chatting with a world renowned trainer who I think we're going to have on next week. If we can lock that down, he'll kind of be breaking down the big UFC 269 card. There is a fight coming up this Saturday as well, which we'll have an episode kind of breaking that card down. Just kind of breaking the fights down, seeing if there's something interesting. If you bet, great. If you don't bet, that's fine too. And then Mr. Michael, who has hit on some crazy parlays in the past, might be talking about some sports that he's looking at as well. So we figured kind of separate the two and give you the opportunity to check it out. Because if you're interested into that stuff, that would be definitely an episode to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you just get really lucky and hit some cool parlays. Always keep in mind to bet responsibly. That's the biggest thing. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose.
Yeah. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I don't even think I told you about this. Was it last week or the week before? It was a 8-game parlay. I was picking the winners, NFL, and it came down. Oh, I did tell you this. I sent that to you, my bet, and I needed the Kansas City Chiefs to cover 11 against, I think, the Giants.
Yeah.
And they shit the bed.
Yeah, that was not a good game.
I was so pissed. Out of all the games too, that one hurt. And
not to rub any salt on the wound there, but I'm pretty sure I texted you as soon as you sent me that one saying that was the only game that kind of scared me because of the way KC was playing.
You did
And
say
I
that.
was-
You called it. And honestly, I thought you were kind of crazy, but you were spot on. So, you know,
what I got to start learning, what I really want to start learning on exactly how it works and how much you potentially may not win out I know you may not win out as much, but you win out some is round robins. I don't have too much of a grasp of them just yet.
well, then it's different outcomes, right? It's just multiple outcomes.
It's multiple outcomes, but obviously you're gonna, I don't know, if you hit one of them, do you win your money back? Really? Probably not, right? Like, do you at least win your money back?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I
I
got to
think
look
you-
into.
I don't know. I think it just depends on what you're betting on, right? The odds of
Yeah,
who the winner is, because you're not going to win much if you're betting on heavy favorites.
oh, for sure. But you know what though? That's how you got to build a bankroll. Got to build your bankroll by maybe taking odds that are a little lower. I know some guys that do parlays and they're still hitting minus 100
Right.
and still just go for it because it's an easier hit just to get us some extra cash. But that's enough about betting because we can, like I said, like you said, we can do a whole episode on that.
Yeah, there's a lot to break down, and we're going to try to get some guests on here, so kind of bring some interesting knowledge into this podcast. And we've had the opportunity to speak to some very interesting people in prior lives, Michael's life and my life, and so we're going to try to bring some of that into this podcast, and we have a lot in the pipeline, so there's a lot to be pretty excited about.
Yeah, for sure. We got Ben's been hard at work getting some people locked in, and we're gonna have some people you don't want to miss. And I think you're gonna have fun with us over the next few episodes.
There is one person that I think you should follow, kind of switching gears a little bit, but there's one person I think that you should follow if you don't already. The name is It's Joel M on Instagram. He's on TikTok too. He has like a crazy amount of followers, but he's a magician and he usually posts this stuff with him and his brother. He's crazy good. And so what he does is, and I think a great way to end this show, or end on a pretty note, is I have a video of him, and it was a more recent one, but he does magic tricks in front of his brother, and his brother rates them. And then obviously they're trying to promote his brand, his encourage people to like, subscribe, follow. But not only is it pretty good magic, and a lot of times he'll show you how they're doing it or how he's doing it. And then there's other times where you're just like, I have no idea how the hell he did it. So like he did one video where he was wearing a hoodie and he took the string and he rubbed glue on it, right? And so then he did the video and he held out the string in front of him and then he let it go and it was like levitating. And then he grabbed it again, he kind of like bent it, and then it broke, the glue broke, and then it fell just like, so it was like the little stuff like, you're like, oh, I would never even thought of that.
That's cool.
So let me show you this. I think you'll enjoy this. He's actually pretty funny with him and his brother. And this will be.
Watch one.
What are you doing?
Two.
What are you?
What? That's a 10 out of 10. Rate the magic trick. Watch.
That's just a hole in a card that's not that big.
10 out of 10. Rate the magic trick. If I can get the Joker to appear on this card, would that deserve a follow?
Yes, but I don't think that's gonna happen, Joe. So
No. Oh yeah, the Joker. The Joker.
what do you?
No, sorry. The Joker. See.
Shut up! Why did you do that? What are you?
Rate.
So very entertaining, two guys. He's usually doing the magic tricks on his brother. His brother usually ends up losing his friggin' mind. So definitely worth checking out. You'll get a laugh out of it at least once a week.
Shout out to his brother though for being such a hype man right there. Look at him go.
Right? Yeah.
But I think it's a pretty good episode right there, man. Guess they can do one last magic trick, see us disappear real quick.
Yeah. Make sure you check out the videos, go to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, follow us on anything you really want, but you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple, Google, Spreaker, the list goes on.
iHeartRadio, everywhere.
iHeartRadio, everywhere. And if you pay enough, Michael and I will come and do it. Serenade you with this bullshit.
Live.
We will be doing a live one here soon.
But thanks for coming out, guys. We'll see you guys in a few days, and have a good night.